In this video, I would like to help you play the song I Got a Feeling, and this is going to be our level 1 version. And what we're trying to do with this version is simplify it a little bit so you can actually come and play it at one of our events. So the first part, it almost has 3 different parts. One little detail that I want to show you, but let's start with part number 1. Part number 1 is going to be quarter notes on the hi-hat. Fairly easy. Once you play it with a track or something, just try to play it very consistent on volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So not much to it. Other than keep in mind the hi-hat, it's a little bit of an added thing, so don't play it too loud. It's other parts of the drums should be more loud or more present. So the hi-hat should never be super loud, because I think it really gets a little bit annoying and almost gets in the way of what you're trying to do as a drummer. So let's go to the second section. The second section is going to be 8th notes. We're going to play 8 of them on the hi-hat. Now we're going to start with a crash the first time that you transition into the next section, going like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to add the snare on the 2s and the 4s. No kick for this. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. So one thing that we see a lot with drummers, keep your movement consistent with the hi-hat. Don't let your hi-hat kind of like go all over the place. Try to make almost like if you're drawing a line on space, the line should be always the same. And at the same time, make sure that you relax, because you're going to be playing this for 2 minutes and a half, 3 minutes. You don't want to get tired. So if I show you there, I'm going to try to play the pattern one time into the transition into the second part. The second part goes multiple times, and it's a little bit longer. So let me just show you that transition, and then we'll talk about the third section. So this is part 1. And let's say this is the last time. So I'm transitioning into the second section. Now, that is a fairly the same pattern for a while until we actually change into what we consider the chorus of the song. When you change there, right before you change, you need to, on the end of 3, do a left, right, left with the snare. So this is going to sound from here: 1 and 2 and 3, left, right, left. And I would recommend practicing just that bar. So again, 1 and 2 and 3, left, right, left. And practice that a couple times, many times, with a metronome slowly to get it even. So important to be able to put that measure in measure 8. So when you're doing the whole structure, that goes at the very end of the section. So if I try to play the beginning of, let's say, the structure. And I'm about to go into that, into the transition into the next part. So you can see there, so my next section, which is the third section, is the quarter note on the kick drum for all counts. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So practice the transition going from 1 and 2 and 3 and then kick on all 4 counts. And of course, that is the bulk of what we're trying to do here with this song. For this one, it's very important that you don't get tired, that you don't slow down. So definitely we encourage you to play it with the recording. It is fairly fast, and it's very easy to get, especially your hi-hat and your right hand, to get tired and start almost giving in and making a little bit of inconsistency. So make sure that the movement is always the same, relax, and with good technique.